He was gone when he didn't when he wasn't suited up.
Right, right.
So that said it all. And you gotta play.
Got to, man. You got to. You got to put it out there, man. And the craziest thing of it all, the Dallas Cowboys every year, we go through this process of, hey man, what happened to this guy? What happened to that guy? Noah Brown this year. Spectacular training camp.
Yeah.
Zero production in preseason because we just don't know. We just don't know, man. So it's a situation now that we look at it like, okay, week 1 we will have a Noah Brown, but he got a big toe injury. We knew that Dennis Houston had an unbelievable training camp, but he didn't do anything because he had Cooper Rush.
Right.
I can't make this stuff up. So I mean, it's a crazy thing, man, for us to be out here and looking at these last 2 days that's visible to us to see what they're going to do. They may just do a walkthrough. I don't know what all they're going to do today, but it is what it is, right? Boy, look good on camera, though.
Yeah.
Here, baby.
Yeah, we roll.
I know it's different because we're doing it a different way. We're building the plane as it's flying. And that's what we do over here, man. My name is Law Nation, by the way, for those who new to this channel. And shout out to BossCowboySports. He been getting it out of the mud, man. Year 2 for him doing this thing full time almost.
Year and a half.
Year and a half, not even
on YouTube.
On YouTube.
But I've been doing this, 3 years now. If you count me co-hosting with West Coast.
Yeah.
So I mean, so what's your thoughts, man? This is the last week.
Right.
So, I've seen people crate the 55 before they even started training camp, which I think is backwards.
Right.
But now we at the end. So you already start talking about some cuts. What are some of the, I guess, controversial decisions that you think, especially with you having eyes in training camp now?
Right.
You saw a lot of the Chargers practices. What is it coming down to competition-wise?
War of attrition is one, who can stay healthy. Number 2 is who can win over the coaches on the special teams. I think that's an alleyway. I truly believe that the Cowboys will go with 7 wide receivers, believe it or not. And the reason being is, before we started the season, we had big reservations on wide receivers, offensive line. And I think the defense, I don't think we have reservations. Eddie! What's good with you, man? I'll wait for you, man. Hold on right quick.
Yeah, so he was talking about the reservations. Hey, what's going on, man? Yeah, he was talking about the reservations, man. But, yeah, I have my reservations, too. But go ahead.
Oh, so with that being said, it's a process of now saying that we could wash away our reservations. You said all before we even made draft, that one of the bigger holes on this team was linebacker.
Yeah.
Before we go into detail, did they answer that?
Yeah.
See?
Super answer.
He said, so you really don't have reservations on linebackers?
No, not on linebackers.
See, now I can talk with more confidence because my guy Eddie is in here, man. Hey, we ain't going to get kicked out of the place, baby. But now it's just all on the offensive line. Now, did you see that guy? He was drafted in the first round. He played for I believe, the Jets, Ikwanu.
No, I didn't see it.
Ike Ikwanu. I think that's how you say his name. Did you see Trevor Penny?
Yeah.
He was drafted in the first round.
Yeah.
Now, before y'all put that butter knife down, you put that butter knife down too. Before y'all try to shake me with the butter knife. Is Josh Ball playing better than Trevor Penny?
Of course.
And Ike Ikwanu.
Of course.
Those guys' first round draft pick. So I don't want you guys to be hyper reactive and overreact on the fact that Josh Ball gave up. I guess he gave up
a couple of pressures.
But Ike Ikwanu gave up 2 sacks the other day.
Yeah.
First round draft pick from the Jets, I believe. So offensive line, I truly believe that with the help inside with Tyler Smith, those boys pushing off the ball, I think I don't have that much reservation now on the offensive line, bro.
Explain the panic then, because where do you think this panic is coming from?
The overanalyzations from the Cowboys community. We analyze players more than any other team in the National Football League.
Yeah.
We do. And no hate at that, but that's just how it goes, unfortunately. Heavy is the crown, right?
Yeah, I think that's what it is, man. I also think, Law, I think it's just the fact that we've been waiting so long. We've been waiting so long to be relative, to get to a championship, to win a championship. I think we antsy as a fan base. Yeah. And I think we sometimes over panic to where, obviously, I do know that Ball is having some growing pains.
Right, he is.
But I think his growing pains are normal.
Normal for a second-year guy playing left tackle, one of the strongest and hardest positions to play in the National Football League. Yeah.
So it's a natural thing, but I think we're making a mistake of not giving our young guys time to grow. So let me ask you this question.
Talk to me, man. Talk to me.
Do you think we would have year 2 Diggs if we didn't have year 1 Diggs?
No.
But did we have a year 1 with Nashawn Wright and Boss Man? No. Because why? Anthony Brown wasn't moving because he was playing well, and Diggs was in year 2 just going crazy, trying to basically break records on the interception.
Yeah, he was. He going crazy.
That took the developmental reps.
It did.
And I really want our fans to kind of understand that, because it's, to me, I'm reading the tea leaves like this. It seems to where it's a lot of panic and it's over preseason, where to me the guys not even playing that bad. I think they pretty good based on where they are in their development.
Yeah. Look, every cornerback, there's not a cornerback in the National Football League that didn't get burned.
Facts.
And the problem is with our DBs, everything is overanalyzed, right?
Yeah.
Like Nashawn Wright, he can't make a mistake, right? He's in a second year, a guy that was drafted in the later rounds that we are expecting him to play like a shutdown cornerback. But he's going to get burned. He's going to play sloppy technique. They're not scheming up to play these guys, by the way. So when you see all of those things, you look back at it and you say, man, God dog, why don't Bland get to that spot? Well, Bland, trust me, he's going to get to that spot.
Right.
But we can't rush the process. Bland going to get burnt too.
Yeah.
He going to get burnt too.
And let's be honest, Bland game wasn't all of that. Like, it was 2 catches on Bland where it was 3 yards of separation. It was 3 yards of separation on the out route. Somebody asked me, Boss, do you supposed to allow that much separation on the out route? The answer is no.
Not on the out. No.
So he's developing as well.
He's developing.
And you raising a good point. Is we can't be high on these guys, in my opinion, one game, and then when they make the developmental mistakes, we throw them off a bridge.
Yeah, we throw them off the bridge. And that's crazy. I mean, it's a situation that Cowboy Nation, we must pump the brakes and allow these guys to still continue to grow and develop. And that's why we're here at practice.
Yeah.
So we can see things with our natural eyes, and not tainted by the outside or somebody else's eyes.
Right.
And hopefully we can see small things, but then when the season kick off, we'll be able to break down some film and say, okay, yeah, he gave up this, but this is the reason why. Yeah, they playing cover 3. Look at they playing on the outside, and then we can be able to break it down. And then on top of that too, it'll be scheme involved too. So,
right. Yeah. So so let me ask you a question. What's your overall gut feeling of the offense?
It's going to be hard for this offense not to be top 4 in the NFL. And I want you to hit me with a rebuttal or something.
I can't hit you with a rebuttal if I agree.
You agree?
Man.
Here's the reason why. We may not be top 10 in yards.
Yeah.
But we will be top in scoring again. Why? Because you got guys that can flip the field. Kevontae Turpin, if you think about it, the average start field would be a little bit closer to our absolute opportunity to score. Meaning that this dude is going to half in the field. You're going to have more and more opportunities to have 50-yard drive versus having a 70-yard or 80-yard drive. That increase your total number. I truly believe that the defense also is not going to allow you to do that. I'm going to take the ball and just go score for score with you. No, this defense is going to be stifling, starting with the front 4. and the rest of the pieces that added in with that front. So I think that our defense is going to be a notch better, which will also translate to our offense being a notch better. This team is going to be top 3 or top 2, top 1 in scoring.
So I think our offense is going to be better, but in a slightly different way.
In a different way. Go ahead.
I think our offense is going to be better because I believe the defense was accidentally giving us a scare in the training camps.
Okay.
So when it looked like the offense was taking L's, we kept asking the whole time, is our offense bad or is our defense just that good? So when we went to the Chargers,
right,
it became obvious to me that it's our defense that's that good. So when you turn this offense over to regular defenses, not this super pass rush defense that we have, then that's when we go really see that this offense was much better than what we thought. Number 2, this is the other reason why I think the offense is going to be much better. I think we have been forced to run the ball because obviously it's question marks on receiver. The receivers are young, unproven. Everybody talk about the lack of catches and game catches as a collective group. Well, then that's going to force, in my opinion, Law, Kellen Moore to have to kind of throttle down and lean on his vet guys. Who are his vet guys? At this point, it's Pollard. At this point, it's Zeke. Zach Martin. Even Steele. Because Steele, if you count up all his starts, that's 25 starts. That's a lot of starts. So I know on paper he don't look like a vet. But he a vet now.
He a vet.
And then obviously T. Smith. And then obviously also Tyler Smith is a natural left guard.
Mauler,
He's a mauler. So even though he's not the vet, the offense fit us to run the ball. So even if we don't put up the gaudy yards and the gaudy touchdowns, I think we're going to have an offense that's efficient because we're going to first take pressure off those receivers while leaning on our running game. So I just think it's a perfect storm of a good offense.
That I do agree with. Now, when you start talking about doing it in a different way, I think that people do what they're comfortable of doing. You know, I read the Stargaze. He reached out to us and said, do you think that Kellen Moore is going to run the ball more? Right? Basically, somewhere along that line on Twitter. I'm paraphrasing. I pretty much said there's two folds to it. I think that basically Kellen Moore is still going to be Kellen Moore. I mean, when you're in trouble, you're going to do the things that you used to do to get you out of trouble.
You're going to lean back on the path.
He's going to lean back to what he used to do.
Comfortable
with. He learned everything from Scott Linehan and Jason Garrett. So I truly believe that he's going to get back to passing the ball. Now, I just hope that he does a more of a counter approach, meaning that if you see a team that can't stop the pass, then you pass that ball, you know. And if you see a team that's struggling against stopping the run, then you run it. Look, this team from an offensive standpoint, that first game where they averaged like 6.4 yards per toe from Malik Davis. Overall, collectively against the Denver, they averaged right at 5.5 yards. And then against the LA Chargers, they were averaging right at 4.5, right around that number. You guys can test it if you want to. Those are good numbers, man.
Fantastic.
And so
with a backup line.
With a backup offensive line. So I just like the idea, man. You're getting power, physicality with Tyler Smith. And I think that all of that will gel with this offense, and especially getting the ball back and putting it in the belly of Ezekiel Elliott, mixed in with Tony Pollard. I think that we're going to be a very, very solid team on the run.
Yeah. I mean, some people, in my opinion, Law, when they see us critique the team, they misunderstand us. They think that we're negative, but more so the whole offseason, because the offseason is about over now. It was always about trying to find solutions to problems.
No doubt. Hold on right quick.
Yeah, and I got it. Yeah, so it was always about trying to find solutions to problems. That's always what we've done with the Final Word, Law, and myself, Big Game James, and the OC. It's going to always be about trying to solve problems. But yet and still, none of us wavering on the confidence that we're going to have and that we do have.
Build on the plane, man. Build in there while we fly. Come on, fly with me. Fly with me,
Oh, we
Cowboy.
finna walk it out? Okay. Yeah, so, yeah. Law changing locations on us. Hey, this line is growing too. Oh, my God. The VIP line is crazy.
Guy Eddie, man.
Oh, man.
We're going to talk about this, man, and get my guy right here. Yeah. Yeah, this is what we do, man. We build a plane while it's in the air. And get my bag just in case somebody thinks they can run off with the plug.
Man. Yeah, but it's always been about with us. Hey, Eddie, how you doing, man?
Yeah, how you doing?
It's always been about with us trying to find ways to win. So when you focus like that, what happens is sometimes people, they get, you guys are negative. No, we never wavered on the fact that we're going to win between 11 to 14 games. You know, give us about 3 to 5 losses, just, you know, because games are close in general anyway. So that never wavered. So most of us in the concerns that we have has always been about what are we going to do when we hit the playoffs.
What we going to do when we hit that playoff? Man?
That's the thing. That's the thing. And so that's going to still be a constant debate as we trying to get ready for the playoffs, because our standard here is obviously what? Super Bowl.
Super Bowl, man. Super Bowl or bust. And when we won it, even going all the way back to Roger Staubach days, we ran the ball.
Facts.
Going all the way back to the 90s, we ran the ball. Ain't this right, Eddie? We ran the ball. So if you want to win, in the National Football League, you got to have a balanced approach to get back to running the ball.
Facts.
There's no way around it. And I hope and I pray that my guy Kelly Moore understands that, because right now he got only CD Lamb. The person with the most experience in this wide receiver group is Noah Brown.
Oh,
let me know if I'm wrong. Noah Brown got the most experience.
hey, can I be honest with you, man? I'm going to say this for the final word, too. We're going to talk about this again, but we're going to talk about this earlier. No, go ahead and finish your point, because you raised something with that.
All I'm saying is Noah Brown got the most experience, and he got a hurt toe right now. And whether or not there's real news or that's fake news, he got a hurt toe, man. And we got to depend on CD Lamb, Kevontae Turpin, who I really believe that can take the top off the defense, make everything look good for us. And he will be the decoy, the new decoy, like Amari Cooper was last year. I think that can work out, but we got to get to it, though. Real tough.
Well, I'll say this, Law, man. I'm going to raise this in the final word, because we going to figure out a way to do a final word today. It's not going to have all the bells and whistles that y'all used to, but it's going to be the team, though. It's going to be the whole team. This is the deal, man, and I'm just being all the way honest. On certain levels, I'm disappointed at preseason and the preseason games, because I wanted to see Noah Brown compete for the number 3.
Ooh.
Am I tripping, bro?
Nah, you ain't tripping. And that's my only thing.
That's the only thing. Is some of these guys seem like they was protected.
Protected.
Like,
I don't like that.
Like, so why is Armstrong and we watching Basham have to earn it? And in my opinion, Basham is earning it. He looks better. Why couldn't we see him side by side Armstrong? Why couldn't we see Noah Brown side by side Dennis Houston? And they know how to create competition. You know why?
Why?
Because when they wanted to see the competition between Collins and Ball, they left him out there with 80% of the snaps.
We'll also give Tyler Smith versus Connor McGovern.
They moved all of those guys around. They got a good look. They put them all under the lights.
Right.
We saw them.
We saw them.
They saw them.
They saw them.
But did you see Dennis Houston versus Noah Brown?
Nope. But Dennis Houston was already thrown into first team reps.
Yeah.
And then they're talking about, hey, man, what about Dennis Houston being a surprise cut? I was like, how you do that? Because how you going to explain that Dennis Houston got all of those reps in front of T.J. Batch, all of those reps in front of Simi Fehoko, all of those reps in front of Noah Brown? Because Noah Brown, when I was there first, that day one,
yeah, day one,
he was working with the threes.
Right,
he was the threes. So, and then he moved from the threes to the twos, and then
stayed with the twos and the threes.
Then James Washington got hurt. They started sprinkling him a little bit with the ones. So, and to me personally, if I'm gonna be real with y'all and be 100. the person that shined the most in the training camp as a wide receiver was the kid from Iowa, Brandon Smith.
And see, and I want to tell you something because I watched the round table.
Okay.
I actually fully agree with you.
Okay.
That if Dennis Houston go to that practice squad, he gone.
Let me see what we got. Hold it down. Let me see.
No, I got you. See, because he raised the point that Dennis Houston would be gone if he was to, get put on the practice squad. Now, and y'all debated it out, you and Scott.
Yeah, we did.
But I agree with you from this standpoint.
Right.
The world looks at Dallas.
The world
looks at Dallas. So,
yeah.
What do all players do when they trying to get leverage in the market? Jerry called me.
Jerry Wayne.
I want to go to the Dallas Cowboys.
Yeah.
They not doing that for nothing. So you mean to tell me Dennis Houston been in the lights, been all in our news, been all in our practices, been all in these headlines, and people that scout don't know? Yeah, he will get away. Crown apple, please, sir.
Yes, indeed, man.
On the rocks?
On the rocks,
yeah.
Shoot, I should have got some of that.
Man.
I should have asked you first.
Hey, I know how to drink mine, brother. It's actually apple juice for YouTube,
Yeah, apple juice.
Yeah, apple juice. Apple juice.
They gonna steal my guy Steele over here. Hold on. Steele, what's good?
Yeah.
Yo, bro.
What's good? Where you at?
I'm here, but I want to forewarn you. They switched it up on us this year, man.
Where you at? You inside?
Yeah, I'm inside. It's not what it was last year. We can't sit in that section. That's not VIP no more.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, that section's only.
Tell him he hot. Tell him he on the hot mic.
We on the hot mic, man. I'm going to call you back, though.
All right,
bro.
Yeah, I didn't want him to get too comfortable.
Right. And let me tell you about this one. Hey, we gonna finish this up and we're gonna wrap it up.
Yeah.
Tell people, man, who you looking for today in this practice.
I want to see the rotations at the guard position. I want to see, do they go ahead and finally walk out Tyler Smith? God! I want to see that first, man.
Yeah.
And then after that, I'm very interested in the one-on-ones.
Right.
So obviously, me playing corner, I'm gonna get a real good first-hand view of the real skills of these guys. So I'm excited about that. I want to see some of the rotations also at linebacker. I want to get some clues going into Friday.
I really want Malik Jefferson. I think he earned a spot on his team.
I think so too.
Yeah, he earned a spot on his team. But go ahead.
I think he gonna be the odd man out though.
Yeah.
We know this team, man.
I would literally kick. Y'all hear me? I would literally kick Luke Gifford.
Luke should be an easy one to cut.
He should be an easy cut. And
it's 45. Not that he not good.
He good, but he's 45.
He not 45.
45.
He not 50. Harper. Listen.
I think based upon what I've seen in training camp as well as the preseason games, you can sneak 47 on the practice squad. That's Story Jackson. I know it's your guy, but I think that we can sneak him.
I don't trust him, bro.
I think you can sneak him. I think.
He chose us. He chose us, right? No. And this if I didn't talk to him, I would agree with you. But I talked to him.
Right.
So when I met him in Dallas and we talked, it was a lot of teams that like Story. And you know how it is, man. Everybody like the one that got away.
I know, right?
Some of y'all married and y'all still thinking about the ones that got away.
Just don't mention.
Don't say it.
Don't say I got options.
Don't say it.
Only Jerry Wayne Jones can say I got options.
But you thinking about it. Thinking about it.
I got choices. The choice is yours.
You thinking about it. That's the story. See, if I didn't talk to him, I would have totally agreed with you. But it's one of those things to where because I talked to him, I think it's taking a risk. And he also played too good. They have the preseason film out.
Well. This last game right here will be their Super Bowl. Last year around this time, Cooper Rush was already off this team, But then all of a sudden, that last and final preseason game,
Right.
he was able to make this team.
You're right. And this is one thing, but I'm gonna be honest, Law, and I can't wait to Big get here because I'm gonna bring this up with him. I can't wait to see how he go off about this. But I don't get the feeling that we have competitions in our preseasons. We have certain competitions. We have certain people that we predetermine. Because they talked about in Pittsburgh that they go figure out in this final preseason game who the starting quarterback is, bro. Because it's real competition in Pittsburgh.
They don't run away from coaching.
They don't run away from coaching, and they welcome the competition, and it's no favorites. We'll sit Armstrong and say, hey, you already earned it. Noah, you got it. Yeah, Dennis Houston, you was hearing all that hype, but man, come on, man, you already know you the guy. Right? It to me, the feeling of preseason, like certain guys got coddled.
They did, and that's just the way of the Cowboys.
That's the Cowboys way,
Cowboys life, man. Hey.
But it was competition in certain areas too. So I'm not saying that it was, the offensive line. So I'm not saying, at least we better. Can we say that? At least we not as corporate as we,
as we should be. But it is what it is. Cowboy Nation, be sure to check us out. That's my guy, Boss Cowboy Sports. Your voice and your opinions matters. Your voice matters, right? Your voice matters, And of course, okay, you live on your channel too, so go ahead and let people know where to find it.
No, you're doing great, bro.
Okay,
Finish it off.
Okay,
I love it, man. I like when you do my work. Here, hold on. Let me point it to Law. Go ahead, Law. Finish it off.
Boss Cowboy Sports, your voice matter with Law. So when y'all in Dallas area, you see Law Boss.
Law Boss.
That's really us.
That's really us. Law Boss.
Attorney at law.
Right. That's us.
That's us, Law Boss, man. It's literally Law Boss right now, man. Come on, Cowboy Nation. Come on out to training camp. I promise you won't have a good time. You will have a great time at practice at the Star in Frisco. DC for life. Let's go. Shout out to Cowboys Experience. Ooh, we got an unbelievable treat for you guys week 1. Can't wait to tell you. DC for life. Salute.
Salute.